This next flute I have is in the key of F sharp. It's made of Western red cedar by a gentleman from Montana named Ken Light. Ken kind of insists on making his flutes a certain way, and so this doesn't quite play exactly the same as most of the modern flutes either. There's just a slight difference. But this flute is rather special to me. I know that probably everybody that comes up here today is, if they told you who their favorite flute player was, they might pick a different one and a different one and different. You might hear, 10 or 15 answers. But to me, it's a gentleman called R. Carlos Nakai, and he's been playing native flutes for a long time, and I just simply refer to him as the master. Well, Ken Light makes most of Nakai's flutes, and about 2.5 years ago, in April of 15, Mr. Nakai had a gig with the Missoula Symphony Orchestra in Montana, and Ken Light is only a few miles away from Missoula, his flute maker. So when he got there, I don't know if he forgot to bring an F sharp, or they changed the music they were going to play, or what, but Nakai needed an F sharp and didn't have one in Missoula. So he drove 30 miles to his flute maker friend Ken and said, I need to borrow an F sharp for the weekend. So they picked one off the shelf that they thought was great. And Carlos Nakai took it and did 2 rehearsals and 2 performances with the Missoula Symphony Orchestra Spring Concert in 2015, and then gave the flute back to the flute maker Ken Light. Interestingly enough, because of those 4 things, because it was used, Ken Light sold it for $50 less than he would charge a new one. And this is the flute that my favorite flute player, Carlos Nakai, played in concert. The model, Ken calls this model the Water Spirit. And I believe it was the second Medicine Park Flute Festival. And a few days before, I was reading a book by Robert Mirabal. And in it, the man is talking about the elements and what they meant to the Pueblo people. And he talks about fire as a purifier and this, and he says that the water brings us new songs. And 3 days after I read that, I found myself standing right here, surrounded by water. So since this model flute is called the Water Spirit, and I'm surrounded by water, let's see what, I'm just going to start playing and see what new song the water has to teach us today.